What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another break on this Wednesday afternoon. Right now, I've got 2024 Panini Flawless Baseball Single Box Number 2 Random Teams. I'm going to go ahead and get this shared over to the group, get everybody tagged, and we will go ahead and get started. Almost got all the tags in here, just a couple more names. All right, got all the tags in there. Go ahead and give everybody a couple of seconds to hop on in here, see those tags, and then we will hop into our browser and get things started. All right, let's do this. Got the names here first. Brandon White on top. Eric McCullough on the bottom. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got an 11, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Shane Worley on top. James Taylor on the bottom. You go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens here. There we go. All right. And then we've got the teams here. Arizona Diamondbacks on top. Washington Nationals on the bottom. Once again, going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 7, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. St. Louis Cardinals on top. Baltimore Orioles on the bottom. Going to go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens to get that trade timer started. There we go. Hey, Rick, how are you doing? Colorado is doing well today. All right, 5 minutes starting now. While that trade timer's starting, I will get these verification codes copied and pasted into our chat. Oh, heck yeah. All right, verification codes have been posted. Just about 4.5 minutes left on that trade timer. Got Cleveland up for trade in the chat. Oh, heck yeah, that's cool, Rick. All right, 2.5 minutes left. We are now at our halfway point for the trade timer. Still plenty of time, but getting down to the wire if you are interested in swapping teams. Yeah, I totally get that, Rick. There was just something special about those CCM jerseys back in the day. All right, we are now under 2 minutes left on the trade timer. All right, just about a minute and a half left on that trade timer. Yeah, Rick, I feel like that's just the way jerseys in general are going these days. I feel like stitching is a thing of the past unless you pay a lot more. White Sox up for trade as well. Got White Sox and Cleveland currently up for trade, with about 30 seconds left on the trade timer. Also, don't forget we will be randoming the briefcase off at the end of the break, so stick around for that as well. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, seeing no trades, those are going to be everybody's teams. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Don't worry, before we show the cards too, I will get that brightness adjusted again, make it look a little less dark there. It's crazy dark. Empty sleeve there. Get this brighter here. There we go. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Empty lid there. Empty box there. All right, here we go. I got to get the brightness down a little bit. There we go. All right, first up, as you can see, we've got a really nice Jet Williams, 4/5 on the Future Ink for the Mets. Go ahead and get that one magged up. Nice one to start us off there. That one going over to Richie. There you go, Richie. Congrats on that one. There we go. First one of the break. Right behind that, we have a really cool vintage one here of Bill Dickey. That one going to be 20 out of 25. I love those vintage jersey relics there. That one going for the Yankees. Two New York teams back to back. Nice one there for the Yankees going over to Brandon. There you go, Brandon. There we go. Nice one there again for the Yankees. Right behind that, we have another one for a New York team. This one going back over to the Mets. Going to be a Kevin Parada 5 out of 20. A really nice letter patch there, looking like the R in Parada. On the prospect signatures, going over to the Mets and Richie once again. Nice one there for the Mets. Right behind that, we have a 7 out of 10 Mac Horvath there for the Tampa Bay Rays with the end of the Ray patch in that one. Really cool patch there. Going over to Tampa Bay. Congrats on that. That one going over to Dan. There you go, Dan. Nice out of 10 patch auto there for you. All right, then right behind that, we have a Brandon Maia there. 15 out of 20 once again for New York. That one going over to the Yankees. Another nice one for the Yankees. We've gotten 2 Mets and 2 Yankees so far in this box. That one going back over to the Yankees and Brandon. There you go, Brandon. Congrats on that one. Right behind that, we have one for the Mariners here. We got a Felon Celestine there on the prospect. 24 out of 25. Nice patch auto there for the Mariners. Nice one there for the Mariners. Congrats on that one. All right, then we've got another one here. And that one, by the way, going over to James. Got another one here for the New York Yankees. 4 out of 15, Austin Wells on the rookie Future Ink. Nice one there for the Yankees. Yankees really showing up in this break. And New York in general really showing up in this break. There we go. Nice one again for the Yankees. Then we've got a nice one here for the Atlanta Braves to finish off that first little box. We've got a Greg Maddux 5 out of 10 on the legendary scripts. Nice one there for the Braves. That one going over to Brandon as well. There you go, Brandon. Congrats on that one. There we go. Nice one there again for the Braves. And we've got our cards in the briefcase here. First up, we've got an Austin Wells, 17 out of 25. Rookie gem there for the New York Yankees. Nice one there again for the Yankees. Going over to Brandon. There you go, Brandon. Congrats on that one. And then we've got our other gem here. We've got a Legends Ty Cobb. 9 out of 25. Going over to the Detroit Tigers. Going over to Doug. There you go, Doug. Congrats on that one. Love to see those legends in there. And we finish off with our last card here. It's a nice one. We've got a 1 out of 10 Bobby Witt Jr. on the USA Baseball. Going over to the Kansas City Royals. That one going over to James. There you go, James. Congrats on that one. Bobby Witt Jr. All right, we got the Diamond Quality Guarantee. 2 little keys there for the briefcase. Just going to show the empty briefcase before we put the keys back in there. Like I said, we're about to random this briefcase there. Then we'll do a recap. Get that random set up here. All right, got the briefcase here. Same order it shows up on your screen here with Shane Worley on top, James Taylor on the bottom. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got an 11, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Brandon White getting that briefcase. Congrats on that. Let me get this marked over here, and then we will go ahead and...
Where did these go? Under D or under, like, F for
That
fifth?
one will go under F for 5th. That one will go under C for Captain Enoch. All right, let me get this verification code posted, and then we will do a quick recap for you. All right, now that Brandon gets that briefcase, let's hop into the recap. We got a Bobby Witt Jr. 1 out of 10 for the national team. That one going over to the Kansas City Royals. Got Ty Cobb here. That one going to be 9 out of 25 on the Legends Diamond, going over to the Detroit Tigers. Got Austin Wells going over to the New York Yankees, 17 out of 25 on the rookie gem there. We got a Greg Maddux, 5 out of 10, going over to the Atlanta Braves. Got an Austin Wells auto here for the New York Yankees. That one going to be 4 out of 15. Got a Felon Celestine here, 24 out of 25 on the patch auto, going over to the Seattle Mariners. Got a Brandon Maea here for the Yankees once again, 15 out of 20 on that patch auto. We've got a Mac Horvath here, going over to the Tampa Bay Rays, 7 out of 10 with a really nice Ray patch there. We've got a Kevin Parada there for the New York Mets, 5 out of 20 on the patch auto. We've got a Bill Dickey here for the New York Yankees, 20 out of 25 on the patch. And we finish off with the Jet Williams, 4 out of 5 for the New York Mets. All right, that's going to do it for this break. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on with me.